At any given time, I've got 6 ideas in the back of my mind, and occasionally things come together and I come up with something super profound and brilliant. In this video, we'll be sharing this brilliant threaded brass insert installation tool thingamajig rig. Stick around. Alright, if you've been 3D printing for any amount of time, then chances are you know what threaded brass inserts are. If you're not familiar with them, then give it a quick Google, look it up. I'm sure you've seen them in many project videos. I use them in just about all of my projects, and they work great for FDM parts or thermoplastics, in which you can heat set them into your parts. You just design around them, give the right tolerance, and then you use a soldering iron to press them into place. The problem is that often when I'm pressing them in, if they're not through holes, then it's awkward to heat up the part and press it into place and keep it parallel with your surface. Or you know, you're just using a soldering iron, and you're going to get plastic on the tip, and it's going to affect it when you use it for soldering your components. And that said, I mean, it's always been something on the back of my mind. There's got to be a better way. If you Google or YouTube, search in YouTube, you'll find several people have made jigs that allow you to have like a drill press that holds the hot iron that will then set it in perfectly, but they don't have a lot of working area. And so in the ponderings of my mind while watching TV or doing something over the holiday, I came up with this brilliant idea. You be the judge of whether or not it's brilliant. To me, I think it's brilliant and it works great. And it's using inexpensive parts. So this is just a lamp fixture. Actually, this is a microphone stand that I've removed the springs so that it's very easy to move around. It maintains the parallel nature of the soldering iron, and it requires just a minimal adaptation. You can buy this thing off of Amazon for 15 bucks, 3D print the part that holds your soldering iron, and that's about all there is to it. Now, I could end the video now, but I'll show you at least how I went, what the steps were that I went through to design this and make it work for me. This is going to be great for doing threaded brass inserts in an easy way. It holds its position. You know, it works really well, and I don't have to worry about A, messing up my soldering iron that I use for electronics, and B, not having to worry about you know, doing multiple consistently and that are parallel to the project interface. So that said, let's dive in. Okay, so if you're familiar with threaded brass inserts, using a traditional soldering iron can be difficult, especially like this one that has a fume extractor. But if you do have through holes, then you can go a vertical orientation, and then it works better. You transfer heat much better, but it is a little bit awkward. My solution starts with a mic stand, or a lamp stand, if you will. They all kind of look the same, and they come with the same things, like C-clamp to mount it to your table. In this case, since it's a mic stand, it comes with a mic adapter, and that's perfect for what we'll be doing. So pulling it out, it seems like it's got an additional 3/8 inch adapter. And I have a Harbor Freight workbench here, and it's got these clamp or vise block holes in there, and I just use those. I've 3D printed an adapter, so I just use those to put the lamp in. In this case, I'm just demonstrating that end effector stays parallel to the ground, which is great. That'll be perfect for this solution. So the first thing we need to do is screw on that mic holder just to get it in the proper orientation. And then you can see it's intended to hold a mic for audio purposes, but we are going to remove that and then determine, you know, how are we going to mount this soldering iron to the head of that. Now, obviously, once it's removed, you can see it's got the right idea, but with the Hakko, it's just too large diameter. It's not going to fit in there. So this is my starting point. Over in Fusion 360, I pull up a sketch and taking some rough dimensions. I have this handlebar off to the right. I'm going to use that as a handle. That'll allow me to grip it easily, kind of like the dentistry lights where they have a handle protruding from it, so you can just grab that instead of the soldering iron and not worry about it. So to 3D print that, take it over and Simplify 3D, run it through my profile, check the layer height, and then on the TAS, we're going to throw this over there and print it out. Bada boom, bada bing, 3D printed is done, and we're good to go. Or this is what it looks like to begin with, and it connects right into that with the same mounting point, and you can grab it like a handle. It will clamp like a C-clamp around that hot iron, and that will allow us to move it vertically and perpendicular to the surface. But I've got a better idea. Let's put a handlebar grip on there to make it even more comfortable. It's got a better tactile feel. I can grab it. It's insulated. Still have the C-clamp over there. And so the first thing I need to do is thread the iron through there. And it's a pretty tight fit. The dimensions are accurate. And what we're left with on the backside is a C-clamp. So you see when I squeeze that together and insert it into the mic head, we're just going to put the stock nut and bolt through there and we'll be good to go. So we've got the handle and the mount and it's working properly, but we need to use these threaded brass insert tips, and these are particularly made for the Hakko series irons. So you just have to remove that insulator, drop out the other tip, put your desired diameter threaded heat insert in there, screw it up, and we're good to go. And then you can put now you see it's got a great range of motion. It always keeps the iron perpendicular or parallel to the work surface, which is incredible. It's just brilliant, if I say so myself. It's the small things, folks. These are things that make me happy, is when simple ideas like this come to life. So things I did, I oiled the joints, I loosened the bolts, and I removed one of the springs on each of the arms because this thing could effectively hold its own weight. And to make it move as easily as possible, I reduced the tension on the assembly. Now you can see here, just knocking out a series of 5 threaded inserts. It holds its own weight. It's nice. It'll sit there. It's flush. It's parallel. Works out great. So hopefully you enjoyed this look at this new brilliant threaded brass insert installation thingamajig rig. It's going to work well for me. Hopefully it can save you a couple bucks and give you a tool that can improve your process a little bit. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and obviously do the other stuff. Subscribe, ring the bell for notifications so that you're updated when I release new videos. If you follow me on my other channels, in December I'll be doing some giveaways. Maybe not the 12 days of Christmas, but several days of Christmas. I'll be posting on my social channels in Instagram and Facebook. So if you follow me there, pay attention. You'll be eligible to win some really great prizes. And it's just a matter of, downloading Altium, subscribing to the channel, and all of the kind things that good citizens do. Anyway, thanks. In the meantime, be safe, have fun, and I'll see you next time. Hey, if you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel. It's how we're building the community. Also allow me to bring better content. Also check me out on these other social networks. There's lots of cool stuff there too.